Greetings and welcome. My name is Jake Rayson. I'm a wildlife and food forest garden designer, and this is a quick little live stream. I've been offline for a while. As you can see, there's crates. There's crates around the place. A lot of building work, and I've had COVID. But back on track now. I just wanted to talk about about biodiversity in gardening. I heard a really interesting podcast, Growing Greener, which is Thomas Christopher's podcast over in the States, and he was talking to Alicia Houk, and she's a wildlife gardener. This is her a quote from her, and she says we can create even more biodiversity in our backyard than you would see in a natural meadow. And it really struck me, this is the fact that we can actually create greater diversity using a variety of different habitats, creating different habitats and creating a diversity of species, and concentrating on the bulk of species being native, so native plants and native wildflowers. And we can really enhance and do more in a space than nature, quote unquote, left to its own devices would do. Now, it's not to say that we shouldn't have wild places, but I am saying that we can be a force for good. It's how we do things, and it is possible. There is a fantastic book called Tending the Wild by Kat Anderson, and let me see if I can bring that up on the screen. Oh, actually, I'll pop that over there. So, Tending the Wild, and it's available to read. You can read it online as well. Let me just bring it up. So this is Alicia's outreach education page. But the book, this is a book by Kat Anderson, Tending the Wild, and it's about indigenous Californians and how they manage the land. And they managed it and improved it. Not improved as in there's a monoculture, but improved it in terms of encouraging certain species and a great diversity of species as well by actually managing the land. So this kind of goes again, humans can be a force for good. I think the real problem that we've got is capitalism, in the way that everything comes down to money, and the way that capitalism, the economic system we have at the moment, how it's set up. Food is commodified, it's produced as cheaply as possible. The countryside becomes a factory, and it's all about getting product and selling on markets, and it's not about the land itself, and it's not about the people, and it's not about feeding people. It's about making a product. That's the bottom line. This is not to say that money isn't important and money plays a function. It's to say we've got it all the wrong way round. So terribly revolutionary, not really, when we've got, I don't know how many people in poverty. It's a lot, an awful lot of people. 4 million people, I think now, 5 million people in the UK, one of the richest nations in the world, and there are people who cannot afford to eat. So the economic system is not working. How we do things at the moment is not working, and it's not working for the environment. We are in the UK have got the most nature depleted country in the whole of Europe. And it's kind of dire. So it doesn't work. This is the bottom line. What we do now doesn't work. We need to decommodify food, and we need to reprioritize how we live and redistribute the wealth amongst humans, but also redistribute equality amongst species as well. And it's not revolutionary. It's different, but it's necessary. Yeah, it's a necessary thing. That there's something that we have to do because it ain't working anyway. So, and it can, but the good thing is it can be done. So, I just want to show you very quickly. Oh, this is the Growing Greener podcast. Really recommend it. It's environmental gardening. It's based in America, as I said before, but it's a lot. The principles are the principles are the same for wildlife gardening everywhere. And this is Alicia's website as well. So, there we go. That's it, really. So, just going to go back to that quote. We can create more diversity. This is what I'm trying to do when I'm creating gardens. Thank you very much for watching. And yes, I'll get back on track and do more live streaming and kind of more coherent stuff as well. I'm going to be creating some more courses as well over the next few months too. Thank you very much, and farewell. Okay.